Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're talking about Supergirl. Today is May 20th, 2015. I finally have some time to catch up on all the news and stuff. I went down to San Antonio and had a great time. You might hear some noise in the background, and that is a fan because it is hot as hell here in Mississippi. It is now 86 degrees outside. It's 6 o'clock p.m., and for some reason, it's just ridiculously hot. That's just Mississippi. We're going to deal with it, but you might hear a little bit of blowing on the microphone. That's because there's a fan above me blowing down on me as I lay here trying to catch my breath because I can't breathe because I decided to live and move upstairs in a apartment. So I live upstairs, heat rises, and yes, it's hot. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Supergirl. The trailer was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Called First Look, and they also had a 1 minute and 30-second trailer that was the behind the scenes. I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in 100%. If you go on any of my social networking, social media sites, all that good stuff, it will show you that I support Supergirl 100%. I think that it's going to be something so wonderful, man. Let me talk about what surprised me first, and then we'll go into everything else. I was very surprised by the color of the suit. I think that CBS did themselves a real injustice when they tried to release a trailer, or I guess a photo prior to the release of the trailer, and it showed Supergirl's outfit inside of this Man of Steel-ish sort of dark DC Comics cinematic universe way, and it just didn't pay any justice or do any justice to Kara. I really like what they did. I think Supergirl looks like Supergirl. She feels like Supergirl. Her suit is bright. It's colorful. I was complaining a little bit, and I don't even think I actually uploaded the podcast that I was talking about this, but I was really worried about her S. Her S was the original S, the S that we are used to seeing inside of Smallville, the Christopher Reeves, the Dean Cain, the Tom Welling, the Superboy S. That's the same exact symbol. It's not updated as it is in Man of Steel inside of the DC Comics Cinematic Universe. I was worried because it seemed a little bit old-fashioned, you know. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I thought that we had moved past that with Man of Steel. And whenever they had her in the dark outfit or costume, I said, this isn't going to work. But then all of a sudden we get this cover photo from CBS, and her uniform is bright and colorful, and it feels like a Supergirl uniform, outfit, costume, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was just absolutely perfect, man, and I hope that they do not change it. I think that, you know, as the show progresses and we go into season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., obviously they're going to have to do some tweaking and twerking with the outfit itself, and see what happens, and see if we can get a little bit different stuff, you know, as far as the color palette and stuff like that. But they did a great job, man. Let's talk about the trailer, man. You guys know I'm a huge Smallville fan, probably the biggest Smallville fan that is on the face of the earth. I pride myself in that because I just really, really love that show. When I saw Supergirl in her first, I guess, attempt to save and take on her destiny, jump up in that alley. First, she couldn't fly, and then after that, she was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I got to save my sister. She jumped up. She goes and she places her hands underneath the aircraft, the plane, and she presses with all of her strength, all of her might, and all of her grit and grime, and she's screaming, ah! And then she saves the day. I was in tears at that moment. And the reason why is because that was the ending of Smallville. Where Supergirl ends, or where Supergirl begins, that's where Smallville ended. And that's where we pick up at on Supergirl. I mean, like, I know it's not like technically exactly where Smallville left off at, but that's the scene that we get. We got, you know, Superman grabbing the plane, saving the day, and Lois Lane was on the plane at that time, and we kind of get that feel, that Smallville feel, man. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And there's so much more stuff, man. She actually fights. She flies. She does everything that Tom Welling was doing without the suit. She does it with the suit on. And I think that's what separates Supergirl from Smallville, from The Flash, from Arrow, from every single comic book TV show that's out there right now. This is something special. This is actually being able to see a Kryptonian use their powers and their abilities inside of their armor. Okay, and let's talk about that. We have the original Superman crystal white suit. If you understand what I'm talking about, if you watch the trailer, the young Kara, man, she's sitting there and she's like inside of her spacecraft right before her parents, you know, take her and they push her off the Kryptonian planet before it explodes and they die. She has the classic white armor that you got to see inside of Superman the movie and Superman 2, 3, 4. And Superman Returns. It's all of that stuff, man, that you know, we read about in the comic books, that the stuff that they changed inside of Man of Steel, but we get to go back to that classic Superman, and that's what I loved about it. On top of that, we actually get to see Kal-El with his cousin, and Kal-El is a adult, grown Superman, and he escorts Kara to her new home, which is, I guess, a safe home. And I guess one day we're going to see Tom Welling. Because I'm telling you, I paused this thing and I said, yo, that has to be Tom Welling. If you look at Tom Welling right now, the 37-year-old Tom Welling, okay, with his crispy hair and his, you know, with the grays and stuff like that, the little beard, that looked like Tom Welling, man. I'm almost, I'd say 99.9% sure that that's going to be Tom Welling. I know they're not going to do it inside of season 1, but they might do it at the season 1 finale going into season 2 going forward. Because I don't know if what they're doing is letting Supergirl catch up to the Flash. I don't know if they're doing that yet. I have to wait. But eventually all of these shows are going to line up. Arrow, The Flash, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl. Those are all going to line up. And the reason why I say that is because when I'm reading the information about Supergirl, here's one of the crazy things, man. And I'm probably going to butcher these names, but tried. Greg Berlanti and Ali Adler did write the Supergirl pilot so that they could coexist with his other properties, Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. So they've already taken this first step to, you know, having the possibility of Supergirl being inside of the same universe, inside of the same world as those other properties I talked about earlier. So we know that this is going to be something really great, man. I really love this, man. Oh, it's so great, man. And Superman does exist inside of Arrow. He does exist inside of the Flash. All that stuff is in there because they talk about it. They reference him so many different times. So it's going to be good, man. It really is going to be good whenever they decide to say, okay, we're going to bring those things together. There's different villains. There's a lot of diversity. I like the flirtatious ways of it looks like Jimmy and Kara. They're going to be, I guess, maybe they're going to be an item. Who knows, man? But we do know that Jimmy Olsen knows Superman. Jimmy Olsen gets something from Superman to give to Kara and allows her to take her destiny and fly and be Supergirl. We're not getting the Daily Planet. We're getting another city, and we're not getting Metropolis. So that leaves the door open for Metropolis to probably, you know, come about and maybe get placed back on the TV screen, you know, later on. There's just so many great things about this show, man. I love the way how, you know, she stood in front of the semi-truck. She exploded. There's stuff, you know, pieces of the truck flying at the screen, and she's just not fazed by it. You know, everything is just really great inside of this Supergirl universe, and I'm really thankful that they took their time on this, man. I was so worried when I first saw, first off, who they chose, because first off, we understand that we're all human beings, we all make mistakes, and I don't think that those acts that she did as far as the actress were mistakes, because everyone does those acts behind closed doors. But whenever that leak came out, I was so worried, man, that they had chosen someone that would not represent Supergirl, or how do you want to say it, the House of El properly, man, you know? And I kind of felt, I was like, man, I hope that this doesn't follow her, and I hope that this doesn't become I don't know, some viral incident where, oh, they cast Supergirl, and then all of a sudden now people were, doing what they do on the internet, and I was worried about that. But now that I get to see her and I see how she's acting when she pulls her shirt off and then pulls the buttons off and then exposes the House of El symbol, whenever she's on the first day at her job, you get to see how she is as an actress. I think she did a really good job. The last time that I saw her was on Showtime's Homeland. That was the last time that I saw her. And then all of a sudden the scandal happened, and then she got cast. And I think that she's going to do a good job. This is like a redemption story, if you will, man, because I think people can, look past that, hopefully, and just see how great this show is, man. Let me see, man. As far as the dates, let's talk about that, man, because I think I got about maybe 3 minutes left on this, man. Supergirl is going to be airing on CBS Monday at 8 p.m. There is going to be a problem with Gotham and Supergirl right now, and I don't like that because that's Batman v Superman. Let's just go ahead and say it. I don't know why they did that, but it's whatever, man. From what I can tell, it's just that Gotham is pretty much the bastard stepchild of DC Comics TV universe right now. Arrow, The Flash, and Supergirl and DC's Legends of Tomorrow are going to be the ones that I guess maybe Warner Brothers is focusing on. Maybe they just gave up on Gotham, or maybe they're going to move Gotham to another time. I understand that Gotham can exist inside of Arrow, and it probably can't exist inside of Supergirl, but with The Flash in the season 1 finale, there should be a way for The Flash and Gotham to coexist. You never know, man. But I don't see that happening just because of how it's written, and it's so, I don't know, theatrical and really, really weird. I'm not going to lie about that. But they had a really great season finale for Gotham, but it's just, I don't know, man. I think they set themselves up for failure, man, to be honest. It's almost like Constantine. They just didn't think too far in ahead, and maybe they didn't have enough, support or something like that. I don't know. Other than that, man, I really loved everything about this Supergirl trailer. I will end it with this. This show is for a certain demographic. It's gonna have your core comic book fans, which are gonna be those devoted to Superman and Supergirl and anything with the House of El, anything with DC Comics. They're gonna watch it, and then you have your female demographic, which I think is great. We need something on television that's going to give empowerment, just like Smallville did for a lot of young men when they were watching it. I mean, I was a teenager when I started watching Smallville, and I grew up into an adult, and that show changed my life, man. And I hope that this is what Supergirl does for a generation of young women that want to inspire and do something with their life, man. That's what this is all about, man. We want to be entertained, and everybody wants to be able to turn on the television each day or every day or whenever they do, and then see something that resembles them, man. And I think that this is what this is going to do. So hopefully there's a lot of love. Hopefully there's a lot of, I don't know, girl stuff on there. And then hopefully, with the other guy characters that are left on there, like Jimmy Olsen and stuff, we can get something from him. But I hope everybody can take something from the show, and I think it's going to work out, man. Anyway, guys, we're out of here. I'll probably have another podcast with talking about Supergirl. I probably will. Most likely I will. Until then, comment, like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know what you thought about Supergirl. We're out of here. Thanks again for listening.